I'd like to talk today in this broadcast about leadership. Um, there's different levels of leadership. There's different game plans. There's different designs and different outcomes achieved. But you first must have a person that's willing to take a step in a different direction. Someone who is going to come in and is going to change the way that things are done so that you can have different results. And more importantly, a different atmosphere, an atmosphere of endeavor, of seeking achievement, a positive energy that comes in to a community, a team, a church, or any other gathering. And the excitement alone uh, from belonging to a group or collective that is doing something positive can change a person, but more importantly, it can help that person change other people and become contagious. Like in a football game, when you see someone start the wave, they start the cheer, and here comes the adrenaline, which rushes quickly down to the players who raise their game, and you can see a difference. Even the fans at home, the excitement level will go up. And that's called positive energy. That's what leadership brings to the table. There is no doubt that we're going to do things the Waynesville way. We're going to do things the winning way. We're going to take an approach that is our own approach, and we're going to achieve the goal that we have set. And that makes it unique to leadership. And if that's not the feeling you have, if that's not the goals that you're achieving as a community, I suggest you change leadership. Because eventually we could end up in what they called in Cincinnati the Shula years, which were rough. And we had some great players, like David Klingler. He broke almost all the NCAA records down in Texas, and I think it was Texas Christian, that Dan Marino had set. But when he got to Cincinnati, he didn't have that supporting cast he needed. He had a different way of playing quarterback, and we did not have the tackles, we did not have the guards, we did not have the scat backs that he needed to run that offense that he mastered, much like Tim Couch did at Kentucky, that spread offense. We tried to get him up here and let him play a pro-style 7-step drop offense, which was not what was catered to his skill set. And we've seen it in the debacle that was the Bengals in those times. So you bring in new leadership. You bring in someone like Marvin Lewis. And Marvin Lewis had a game plan. He had a way that he wanted to do things. He had been doing things like that in Baltimore, and now he was just going to do it on both sides of the ball. And he did. He immediately made Cincinnati a competitor. He was one of the great coaches in Bengals history, and he drafted to his game plan. He made his team on the football field. He didn't draft the best, most famous player when it came his time to pick and choose his team. He would choose what he needed to fulfill his own ideals. And that's what it takes to have a true leader and true winning attitude in your team or your community. Take a look around and do some evaluating at some of the situations that surround you in your household, in your town, in your state, and in your country. And then try to figure out ways to address them. And try to make yourself a happier person by creating that template around you. And if it is something that is successful, usually you'll see others start to cater to it. And that's the difference between leaders and support. They believe in you, so don't let them down by changing your game plan.